program indicates that the opening was to be delivered today by Reverend Jeffrey Guns, Senior Pastor of the Second Calvary Church in Norfolk, Virginia. Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Guns was called out of town unexpectedly, and he is unable to join us. Bishop Kim Brown, the Secretary of our Board of Visitors and the Senior Pastor of the Mount in Chesapeake, Virginia, has graciously stepped in for Dr. Guns. Please receive Bishop Brown at this time, who will deliver the opening.
On behalf of Dr. Guns, it is my pleasure to invite you to pray. Gracious God, our Father, we truly celebrate the legacy of this day as we come to mark in time that which eternity has known from the beginning. For the Bible declares that for each of our graduates, that you knew them before they were formed in their mother's womb. So we thank you that today, Chronos catches up with Kairos. Time on earth catches up with time in heaven. And we ask now that you would bless each and every one of these students as they now pursue changing lives and changing our world. We thank you this day for families and villages that are assembled, and we ask that you would be pleased with everything that is said and everything that is done. May this day launch young people, launch students and those who have matriculated into a level of their destiny that is beyond their expectation. We declare now that because of their hard work, you are a rewarder of their faith. The Bible declares that you are God that promotes academic preparation, for you tell us to study to show ourselves approved. So now would you bless them in the city? Would you bless them in the field? Would you bless them when they come and bless them when they go? In the name of Jesus, who is the Christ of the church, we pray. Amen.
The General Assembly of the Commonwealth of Virginia recognizes the Norfolk State University Board of Visitors as the chief governing authority of Norfolk State University. Norfolk State University is privileged to be served by a group of dedicated leaders and professionals on its Board of Visitors. I am pleased to introduce the members of the board who are here in attendance today. Please stand and remain standing until all board members have been recognized. The Rector of the Board, Devon M. Henry of Glen Allen, Virginia. Heidi W. Abbott of Richmond, Virginia. Dr. Terry L. Best of Newport News, Virginia. Mary L. Blunt, Vice Rector of the Board of Visitors, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Secretary of the Board, Bishop Kim W. Brown of Chesapeake, Virginia. B. K. Fulton of Richmond, Virginia. And Dr. Harold L. Watkins II of Richmond, Virginia. Thank you to our board, and I'd also like to recognize the faculty representative and the student representative to the Board of Visitors. Please stand, Dr. Jeffrey de la Furcard and Mr. Jalen Drury. Please join me in a hearty round of applause for all of our distinguished Board of Visitors. Also with us this morning are members of the President's Executive Cabinet, without whom the work of the university could not be done. I stand eternally grateful for each member, and I ask that you stand as your name is called and remain standing until all cabinet members have been recognized. Dr. Devonna Fulton, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Justin L. Moses, Vice President for Operations and Chief Strategist for Institutional Effectiveness. Dr. Gerald E. Hunter, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Clifford Porter, Jr., J.D., Vice President for the University Advancement. Dr. Leonard Brown, Vice President for Student Affairs. Tanya White, Chief of Staff. Melody Webb, Athletics Director. Eric W. Clavel, J.D., Executive Advisor to the President, Interim and Governmental Relationships. Thank you all. Please be seated. A hearty round of applause. Thank you. Norfolk State University's academic deans are the lifeblood of the university because they help the faculty do the important work of educating our students in the classroom. Please rise as your name is called and remain standing until all academic deans have been recognized. Dr. George Miller, Dean of Graduate Studies and Research. Dr. Cassandra Newby Alexander, Dean of College of Liberal Arts. Dr. Michael O'Keefe, Dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Glenn Carrington, J.D., Dean of the School of Business. Dr. Danelle Wallace, Dean of the School of Education. Dr. E. Dolores Dungy Anderson, Interim Dean of the Ethelene R. Strong School of Social Work. Thank you all. Please give them a round of applause. No one does anything of worth on their own. We all need others in order to make us stronger and to be there to encourage us and to demonstrate and lead us. And so I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the presence of my life partner, without whom none of this would be possible, who has always been there for me, Mr. Dimitri Gaston. Would you stand up? I thank you for your unwavering love, and I thank you for your unwavering support and direction. We're very pleased to have my wonderful mayor, Dr. Kenny Alexander, joining us. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your continued support of Norfolk State University. And please stand. Oh, there you are. We're also very pleased to have with us Delegate Cliff Hayes of Chesapeake. Thank you so much. Also of Chesapeake City, I believe we have Councilwoman Dr. Ella P. Ward. Dr. Ward, are you here? Okay, thank you. Our students benefit significantly from the talents of excellent faculty. The NSU faculty is the engine that drives our academic enterprise. We have with us today the president of the NSU Faculty Senate, Dr. Tony Atwater. I'd like to ask Dr. Atwater to rise and be recognized. Would all other faculty members and faculty emeriti please stand and be recognized? You indeed are our lifeblood. Would you please stand? Thank you so much for all of your outstanding work. Our university is run by a group of dedicated professionals who oversee the day-to-day business, many of them working in various capacities today to ensure that commencement runs smoothly. Let us acknowledge and applaud the hard work of the NSU staff and administrators. Would all staff and administrators please rise? Without you, this institution cannot move forward. And thank you every day for your commitment to moving our students and our institution forward. If there are any NSU retirees joining us today, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Thank you for your work and your service and your dedication to Norfolk State University. And now I ask that all of our alumni from Norfolk State University please stand and be recognized. Yes. You have gone out into the world and you have made people understand the significance and importance of Norfolk State University. So I thank you so very much. And lastly, but certainly not least, I want to give the graduates an opportunity to stand and express their thanks and gratitude to a special group of individuals, parents, guardians, spouses, partners, relatives, and friends. So if the graduates would stand and salute your Will all family members, friends of the graduating class stand, be recognized, and let us applaud you, please, everyone. Thank you so very much. Without you, this would not be possible. Please be seated. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the Rector of Norfolk State University's Board of Visitors. Mr. Devon Henry will bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Visitors, and he is one of our own. Thank you, Rector Henry.
To President Adams Gaston, to Mr. Gaston, honored guests, distinguished faculty, staff, alumni, parents, family members, friends, and especially the graduating class of 2021, good morning. See, I kind of felt y'all was gonna do that. See, I'm a Spartan, and I sat in that seat. I need the energy. I need the vibes. I need y'all to turn me up just a little bit now. Turn me up just a little bit. So to President Adams Gaston, Mr. Gaston, honored guests, distinguished faculty, staff, alumni, parents, family members, friends, and especially the graduating class of 2021, good morning. Yes. It's a great day to be a Spartan. And I am extremely pleased to be able to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Visitors. It's a very special moment for me. Just a few months ago, I was welcoming the class of 2025 in the freshman convocation ceremony. And now, yes, class of 2025. And now I have the privilege to stand before you as the newly elected chairman of the Board of Visitors to share a few words. Class of 2021, you did it. You made it. In spite of all the odds, the difficulties, the challenges, and you know, a global pandemic, you are still here. You are here at the end of this journey. You achieved a monumental milestone, one that will change your life forever. Trust me when I say this is just the beginning. While I may look like I just graduated a couple of years ago, 20 years ago, I sat in that seat, waiting for all the speeches to be done so I could switch that tassel on the other side. I can go hug my family. I could celebrate. And at that time, I had no idea who I would become, the places I would see, the people I would meet, and the rooms this kid from Newport News, Virginia, would be able to enter, all because I'm a Spartan. So let me tell you, there is no limit to where you can go or who you can be with a degree from the Norfolk State University. You are the change agents of the community, our country, and our world. Norfolk State has prepared you. Be confident in who you are and in what you have been taught. Trust your instincts. Don't take no for an answer. If you're told no, don't give up. Don't walk away. Get back up on your feet and stand strong. You are a Spartan. Here's the key. And as you're waiting for that turn, you hone your craft. You be prepared. So when the opportunity knocks, and sometimes it won't knock, and you have to go open up a door your own self. But as the folks say, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And as a proud NSU graduate, I can say with the utmost confidence that the degree that you have earned, all right, will open so many doors and opportunities that you're unimaginable. Take advantage of them. Use your resources. Use your connections. Use your Spartan family for your future success. But be sure to help those coming behind you. As you climb that ladder of success, which I know you will, make sure you're pulling up someone with you. And with that said, I say on behalf of the Board of Visitors, congratulations on your achievement. We are so proud of you. Remember, your success is our success. Know that you are a Spartan, and there are Spartans all over the world that are cheering for you. Now go on and be great. Behold!
Thank you so much to our rector. I really appreciate who he is and how he operates in the world. And if you ever get a chance, look him up. He's a pretty important guy. Now I have the pleasure of introducing Sydney Brown, president of the senior class. Ms. Brown will deliver the senior class statement. Ladies and gentlemen, please extend a warm welcome to Ms. Sydney Brown.
Greetings, Spartan family, friends, and class of 2021. It is such an honor to be standing before you today. I'm happy to announce that you made it. Give it up for yourselves. The day you all have been waiting for is here. It's graduation day. I would like to give a special thanks to Dr. Javon Adams-Gaston, president of NSU, administration, faculty, and staff. Without your support, we would not have made it to the finish line. We have faced many trials and tribulations in the past year and a half with the global pandemic that we are still facing. But you are stronger than you even know because you're here with me today. With your cap, gown, and heads held high, know that you have made your mark here and left a long-lasting legacy for others to follow. Some of the biggest life lessons that I've learned are from attending college at our beloved university. For some of us, it's a first of many things. First time living on your own, first party, first time having a roommate, and so on. It's also been a last of things as well. Your last first day of class, your last activity hour, or even your last meal in the caf. But all these new experiences were placed in your life for you to elevate. Elevation requires separation. It also requires long nights and sometimes missing out on fun. But during your process of elevation, you may experience feelings of sadness, confusion, and loneliness. If anyone in here today has ever felt this way and can leave this building as a proud alumnus of Norfolk State University, I'm here to say I'm proud of you. We're proud of you. A lot of people don't understand the kind of struggles college students face daily, and it isn't acknowledged enough. Getting to the finish line isn't always easy, but you made it. Today is the kind of day where most will say bye NSU, but it's never goodbye. So let's say see you soon NSU. I challenge you to go out into the world and show them everything that you're made of. Show them where you come from and show them everything that you've persevered through and how it's made you into the person you are today. Proudly walk into that board meeting, classroom, film studio, hospital, med school, theater audition, science lab, or whatever field you're entering with your head held high and NSU on your back. You can do it. You are ready. This is your time. When a plane elevates into the air, it takes off against the wind, not with it. No matter what life throws at you, you got this. With that said, continue to elevate, my fellow Spartans. Remember that NSU is our home forever. I love you, Spartan family. Behold. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown, and thank you for your enthusiasm. I appreciate it. We will now have a special musical selection from the Norfolk State University Concert Choir under the direction of Dr. Harlan Zachary Jr., Director of Choral Activities. The choir will sing for us the traditional spiritual, Didn't My Lord Deliver Daniel, arranged by Moses Hogan.
Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, then why not every man? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, then why not every man? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, then why not every man? He delivered Daniel from the lion's den, Jonah from the belly of the whale, and the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace. And why not every man? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, and why not every man? The wind blows east and the wind blows west, it blows like a judgment day. And every poor soul that never did pray will be glad to pray that day. Hallelujah. Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, and why not every man? I set my foot on the gospel ship, and the ship it began to sail. It landed me over on Canaan shore, and I'll never come back anymore. Hallelujah. Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel?
Thank you, Dr. Zachary, and our wonderful and amazing Norfolk State University Concert Choir. It is my distinct pleasure, and when I tell you a pleasure, to introduce to you the speaker for today's ceremony, record producer, rapper, singer, songwriter, and entrepreneur, Pharrell Williams. Now, yes, you're right. As I said, none of us do anything alone, and I want to pay homage to the family of Pharrell, his wife, his children, his mom, his uncle, his father, others who are here. Can you please stand if you're part of the Pharrell family? Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your presence. And I have to comment on these remarkable young people who have a presence that indicates not only are they loved, but they are able to give love back to the world. So thank you so much. A native of Virginia, Pharrell Williams started performing as a teen. He joined forces with his friend Chad Hugo, and they became known as an in-demand production team, the Neptunes, working with such artists as Jay-Z, Gwen Stefani, and Britney Spears. Returning to performing, Williams helped form the group NERD, which released albums like In Search of and Seeing Sounds. In 2013, he hit the pop charts in a major way, going to #1 with his solo effort, You Tell Me What It Was. That's right, and I'm happy right now. As well as helping to craft hits with Robin Thicke and Daft Punk, he joined the popular television competition The Voice in September 2014 as a coach. He's a longtime advocate against racial injustice. Pharrell is an integral part in the talks with Virginia Governor Ralph Northam and business leaders of the Hampton region during their conversation. Ralph Northam about Juneteenth becoming a permanent paid state holiday. Virginia has long marked Juneteenth by issuing a proclamation, but the date was not previously considered a state holiday, and in June 2020, it was made a state holiday. Most recently, Pharrell held the Elephant in the Room discussion that gathered business leaders representing over $3 trillion in equity right here on the campus of Norfolk State University. During that conversation, panelists discussed success strategies and commitments to making diversity and inclusion a part of their experiences, building businesses and strong communities. They also talked about why the time is now for positive change in equity. You are the leaders, and you have to be in the room. I want to say I am more than pleased that Pharrell has agreed to come and be your commencement speaker, because when the pandemic occurred, he chose to do a surprise commencement video for the class of 2020. And if you remember, in May 2020, we were just 3 months into the COVID pandemic, and everybody was sent home, and it was difficult. We didn't know which way to go, and he surprised that group. Let me assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that our amazing musical star, the supporter of Norfolk State University, a true visionary, a humanitarian, an advocate for all that is right, a fierce fighter for justice, and may I say, my friend, Mr. Pharrell Williams.
Spartans, let me just say before we get started a couple things. One, I wasn't nervous when I first got here. I was fine. But then when they start reading off things about you, you just get a little, it's like kind of like listening to a voicemail. You guys enjoy that of yourselves? I'm so grateful to be here. Two things, I just got to get this out of the way. The first thing is that when I was a child, you know, I love music so much, just like everybody else did. But man, to hear the marching band of Norfolk State and to watch them when they start high-stepping, I was so blown away by that and such a fan that I even knew that, like, you know, Booker T, there's a high school here, would even play the same cadence as Norfolk State. That's how, like, obsessed I was as a child. And I was in Princess Anne High School, and I would go to, you know, my band teacher and say, man, you know, why can't we play those kind of songs? And why can't we high step like that? And then he'd just say, you know, their legion and the kind of discipline that it takes to high step like that is something very different. And then he also said, if you really want to play music like that, then you have to write it out. And that's kind of like what started me in like making, you know, music and being able to make the music that I make, is that I wanted to make people feel the way that Norfolk State's band made me feel. So I just wanted to say that. Second of all, you might say, well, you know, man, he has some gold teeth in his mouth. What is he doing right now? Right? Some of you probably think, like, what is he doing? But, you know, before you judge, you know, my father has 4 gold teeth and my mother has 1 gold tooth. And they're permanent. But if you know anything about Norfolk, you know that, like, this generation, the generation before it, and the generation before it, like, that was the way that we as blacks, we showed that we had some hustle in us and some swag. Like, you know, if you look around, you see it. But me, my purpose is that I went to my dentist and took my last Invisalign tray and said, make these in gold for me. So, behold. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Dr. Adams-Gaston and her cabinet and the leadership team. Thank you to Rector Devon Henry. And the Board of Visitors, to our student body, Dr. Jalen Drury, the wonderful faculty and staff, and the entire student body, past, present, and their families. Thank you all. I'm so very honored to be here with you today at this time in your life and in our lives. This degree is an incredible honor, but truly Norfolk State owes me nothing. This institution continues to inspire me and so many others daily. It's always been a part of who I am, and I guess now it's official. As you move on to what's next, Norfolk State and the city of Norfolk will always be a part of your history and your story, just like it is mine. I didn't attend Norfolk State, but I was always present. The pull of the green and the gold is strong. Its influence on me, simply based on proximity, helped me to set in motion. I'm honored to have made this school a part of my work, my story, and still today. I can't wait to see how far you amazing, impressive, incredible graduates of Norfolk State, you know, how far you'll go. Just for a second, I'd love for you to really be present in this moment like I am and really focus on the feeling you have for your school and your time here. Think of the people that you've met. Think of the friends you've made, those moments that you shined, laughed, maybe even cried. Maybe you lost a friend who's passed away. but you are still here. You pushed through. It is this feeling that I want you to take with you wherever you go. It's an energy source, and please know it's invaluable. You can actually channel it to make you and your ideas an unstoppable force, like so many Spartans before you have. Because it is positive, and it's real. That's right, and it's good. And while Norfolk State is helping set you in motion, just know that it's a long-term, mutually beneficial exchange. Norfolk State and the city of Norfolk have impressed upon you and helped set your trajectory. But at the same time, your very presence here and the work you'll do in the future brings real value to Norfolk State and this city. You guys know that, right? I'm sorry, these are Spartans. You know that, right? Whether you choose to leave the city of Norfolk, and if you do, please speak to me afterwards because I would love to convince you to stay, or dig in and make it your home, you'll always have Norfolk in your heart and in your mind. You may not realize this yet, but your time at Norfolk State has preceded a coming renaissance in the city of Norfolk. Well, not quite like the original Renaissance, because that was funded by one family. This Renaissance is fueled by a collective spirit. There's no single person domineering the conversation in Norfolk. Everyone can see the potential of Norfolk is too great to ever let that happen. Right? This is a true collective reemergence. And I can assure you of one thing. 5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk. It's already underway, inspired and fueled by young creative people just like you who represent our future, and even institutions like NSU that empower you. But beyond inspiration, this Norfolk reemergence is also a reaction to resistance. The reaction is against the resistance to new ideas and perspectives. I know you feel that when you're out there. You have new ideas and people tell, oh, that's not possible. You are possible. You are sitting here breathing right now. You're defying those odds. When ideas face resistance, they continue on until they find an outlet. It's clear not every city is an outlet for new perspectives. But Norfolk will be. Norfolk will not be the city that limits its people's own potential, but instead it will feed it. "5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk. And not because we sit idly by as the last stop on the light rail seems to come a little too soon, but because the inclusive, energized, pro-business community will draw huge businesses and a fired-up employee base that will make that light rail come to us. "5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk. And not because of gentrification, but because Norfolk is brave enough to see the shortcomings of their past and course correct to provide more opportunity to build a creative and inclusive community. 5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk. Notice how I say it like we from Norfolk, right? People ain't from here to be like Norfolk. But 5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk. And not because education is just about keeping up with the appearance of graduation rates and GPAs, but because the city recognizes the importance of celebrating its local heroes. And no, I'm not talking about critical race theory, even though I love that. I hope you do too, because it's critical. But not because I'm talking about critical race theory, because I'm referring to local public record that will include in its history books the history of this city. Think about that. How much have you learned about your local heroes in your books, in your history books? That's going to change. That's going to get better and better and better. And Norfolk is brave enough to face those facts. Consider Willis Augustus Hodges, a lifelong abolitionist with ties to Virginia, born in 1815. Like many of you here today, he was an activist. Like many of you, he was inspired to be one by his mother. Hi to all the great moms here today, by the way, all the moms. That's right. At age 14, just 14 years old, his activism on behalf of the enslaved forced him out of his birth home of Princess Anne County to flee Canada. Yeah, I went to Princess Anne High School. You know, before Virginia Beach was Virginia Beach, it was Princess Anne County, right? So he was from Princess Anne County. He was from Princess Anne County. He later spent time back in Virginia and Brooklyn publishing a newspaper assisting with the Underground Railroad and working with Frederick Douglass. Did you know that? Did you know somebody from here was working with Frederick Douglass and also worked in the Underground Railroad? Wouldn't you be celebrating somebody like him? He was 14 years old, chased by an angry mob from here to Canada, and guess what? He still came back. So yes, there is something in the water, and it's been there a long time. His history is an important one, and Norfolk will not let our heroes remain in the dark. Isn't that right, Mayor? Make some noise for the mayor. Turning a blind eye to historical figures that don't fit your narrative, that's toxic. That's what toxicity is to me. Because it doesn't fit your narrative, that's dark. I choose to be Nutric. We should all choose to be Nutric. Uplift, inspire, and support others. These stories have real power. So from here on out, we're going to celebrate our local heroes. 5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk. Not because people of color face stereotypes and stereotypical attitudes toward minorities, but because of the $9 trillion, just so you guys know, it was $9 trillion that came to Norfolk State. And they didn't come here for me, they came here for you. They visited your campus back in October because they know that real money is to be made with people of color. And that's what the status quo is afraid of. But $9 trillion was on stage in October to tell you, oh, no. What they're scared of, what they're afraid of, we want to embrace. And by the way, let's put a moratorium on that belief of, minorities. When we go into 2022, let's not refer to ourselves as minorities. We got to stop using that language. Because actually, we are the emerging majority. Let that sink in. 5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk, and not because the ongoing debate about who has the best food in the area tends to be rooted in metrics that don't matter, but with incentivized investment in the restaurant community, Norfolk will forever change the food landscape of the 757. There's so much creative culinary talent out there, and Norfolk will open its arms to welcome it. 5 years from now, you should. I love food, don't you? 5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk, because the city and the industry here know that a hotel and restaurant offering from diverse, modern, and welcoming hospitality industry not only attracts good people, but good business, like the industry leaders we had on stage at Elephant in the Room. And all those big businesses, they love colorful beaches, okay? So yes, Norfolk happens to be a black beach. They like it. I like it. Don't you love it? So yes, Norfolk happens to be a black beach, and a brown beach, and a red beach, and a yellow beach, and an orange beach, and a white beach too. Beaches are the places where we celebrate skin, any color, and you know that. But you know that because we've always been so welcoming to everyone else. That's who we are. So 5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk, because the business world will finally wake up to the intellectual green and gold mine that is a historic black college and university. Yes, the curriculum is impressive, the faculty is impressive too. However, the magic of the HBCU is in the unified collective choice we all made to be here in the first place. Our beautiful, beloved, and genius Dr. J could work at any institution she chooses. She's qualified, overqualified. The same is true for the entire faculty and staff, and the same is true for you. But you chose NSU. You chose NSU. You chose a HBCU. And since big corporations look to us, people of color, for what's culturally relevant, for what's hot or what's next, of course, they are scrambling to understand why we all choose an HBCU. It's been our secret, but the secret is out. The corporations are here, the smart ones anyway. And it's wild. 400 years ago, they invested in us. They used to invest in us as a property. The old dollars used to have enslaved people on the back because they wanted you to see what the money was and what the money could do. So 400 years ago, they invested in us. They used to invest in us as property. But now, they are here to invest in our intellectual property. And all of this is true on a state level too. Virginia can no longer ignore its HBCUs because they've had a habit of doing that, right? The money just, right? So it can no longer, the state of Virginia can no longer, well, the first of the 13 states, right, where the original ships came in with the enslaved people on there. This state, of all states, can no longer afford to ignore the HBCUs. Because these days it's different, regardless of blue or red. On a state level, they are finally realizing that black is a force when it comes to business. And it's happening in Norfolk in a big way. So 5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk, and not because of the will and the taste of one man, but because scores of young people and new business owners are demanding decentralized decision-making, a seat at the table, more options, and more accountability from their local politicians. These young people know that Norfolk is not perfect. Sure, there's crime, but that's a part of every city's DNA. It's a reality in every American city. They want to keep highlighting it here. But they're going to see. They're going to see all of this magic that's in this room that continues to get churned out of this HBCU every year. They are going to see. Enforcing the law is essential, but a great city will work to understand why laws are broken in the first place. A toxic city sweeps their dirt under the rugs to keep up appearances. A nutrient community seeks to understand and embrace the underlying issues in a unified way. It's not a us versus them problem. It's all of our problem, and together we'll solve it. We take care of our own. We always have. Norfolk will be a city of people that hold themselves accountable for doing better, looking out for each other, and that will be expected of our policymakers as well. Look at all of you out there. You are represented by politicians who talk to you about the inflation of an antiquated and biased system, while you're online redefining currency for the first time in 400 years. Cryptocurrency. Spartans, let them know you're online getting busy right now. Let them know. Make some noise, please. How can they talk about young people? How can they talk to a young person about inflation when our currency used to feature enslaved people on it? In the very bedrock of our financial industry, Wall Street was named for a wall built by enslaved people and something that they had to stand in front of. Did you guys know that? That's where the term Wall Street comes from. We built those walls and had to stand in front of it because what was the first American commodity in this country? Your ancestors. So we always been next to the money and in the money. We are the money. In fact, Wall Street insurance companies that are still in business today they sold policies to slave owners for loss and damages for their enslaved people. Insurance. I'm not talking about health care. Think about it. We had better coverage while enslaved than we do today sometimes. Ideologically speaking, your generation has canceled the old ways already. NFTs and cryptocurrencies were created because the system wasn't fair. Left only to privileged business isn't fair, especially on a local level. Wall Street just hasn't been fair. Our Constitution was flawed before the ink even dried. You do know that. It needs to be fixed. But it is America, and we bleed green. There's an old saying that you could do more. There's an old saying that could not be more important for this city and this generation, and that's vote with your wallets. Don't wait until election day. Vote with your wallets tonight, tomorrow, and the next day. Does the business owner look like you? Shop there. Does the restaurant owner aspire to something greater and more inclusive for Norfolk? Eat there. You better believe I'm voting with mine. Spending your money in the wrong places all but guarantees your money helps influence political winds that blow against you and not your back. Be choiceful. We got way more options than our ancestors had. Be choiceful. Use them. Create shopping guides for your friends. Post lots of pics, tag them, like them, comment on them, leave great reviews online, and listen, call out your friends if you have to. You ain't got no problem with that. These are small things that matter. We can alter the Norfolk algorithm to favor what's right. You might be inclined to think that you're too small or too young or don't make enough money yet, but you're wrong. You know what the mighty elephant in the room is most afraid of? Mice. So you're never too small to instill fear in the establishment. They see you and they feel you. Trust me. I'm almost out of your hair, I promise. 5 years from now, it'll be a very different Norfolk because all of you possess the ability to dismantle the power structure with your big brains, big hearts, goodwill, empathy, and your wallet. You have the ability to create the city that you deserve, the life that you deserve. I'm super fired up about your potential If I had it my way, you guys would all stay here and be a part of this reemergence. The city needs people just like you, but I can't be too selfish. The rest of the world could benefit from a sprinkle of green and gold too. So thank you, fellow graduates. Thank you to Dr. Adams Gaston, the faculty, and staff. Hope I haven't taken up too much of your time or your space. Behold. Thank you.
So, my fellow Spartans, that is what brilliance, compassion, integrity, care, forward thinking, innovation looks like. Mr. Pharrell Williams. Thank you so much. You all helped me out so much. I appreciate that while I find my page. Thank you so much. You are the best. At this time, I ask that Rector Henry and Provost Devonna Fulton come forward to assist me in the presentation of the honorary doctorate degree. The honorary doctorate degree is offered by Norfolk State University to highly accomplished citizens of the nation and the world. This honor recognizes outstanding professional achievement and extraordinary contributions to public service. Today's recipient is a distinguished entertainer, Grammy Award-winning producer and songwriter, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. And when he said he brought 9 trillion with a T to our campus to help us create the relationships that help you, know that that's somebody who cares about you. Mr. Pharrell Williams, will you please come forward? Today, in recognition of your highly successful entertainment career, along with your many contributions to the Hampton Roads community and the community at large, to Norfolk, you are being awarded the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters degree. Therefore, I and the Board of Visitors of Norfolk State University bestow upon you, Pharrell Williams, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you for the first time, Dr. Pharrell Williams. And on behalf of Rector Henry and the Board of Visitors, the entire Norfolk State University family, and the Spartan Legion Band, we are pleased to present to you this gift. You are now an honorary member of the Spartan Legion Band, and you are outfitted accordingly. And that was exhilarating. But we now come to the most important business of the day, you. At Norfolk State University, an exciting component of our commencement program is we start with the commissioning of our Army cadets. At this time, I invite Lieutenant Colonel Lisa Abel, Professor of Military Science, to come forward to commission the Army cadets.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Army, do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations.
As newly commissioned officers and soon to be commissioned officers, this is an especially happy and rewarding day for you, your families, and your friends. You have completed your military training and respective degree requirements, not an easy task. You hold an impressive passport to the future. While we are aware that your future path may lead you into harm's way, please know that Norfolk State University and our community is very proud of your commitment to us and to our country. We salute each of you, and on your journey, please know that Spartans everywhere wish you Godspeed and congratulations. Thank you for your service. At this time, I ask that Dr. George Miller, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and Research, come forward to present the candidate for Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work.
Madam President, as the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and Research, It is my distinct pleasure to present to you the candidate listed on the program who has completed the requirements for the Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work. Candidate, please stand as your degree is called. Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work.
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors, and upon recommendation of the graduate faculty, I confer the Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work with all the honors, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Marika Teresa Wade received her bachelor's degree from Baldwin Wallace College, and her Master of Social Work degree from Norfolk State University. Her dissertation is entitled A Quantitative Method Study of African American Women, TANF, recipients with levels of self-efficacy. Dr. Wade is being hooded by Dr. Marilyn Lewis.
At this time, Dr. Miller will present the candidates for graduate degrees.
Madam President, I present to you the candidates listed on the program who completed the requirements for the master's degree from the School of Graduate Studies and Research. Candidates, please stand as your degree is called. Master of Science in Computer Science, Masters of Art in Criminal Justice, Masters of Science in Cybersecurity, Masters of Science in Electronic Engineering, Masters of Science in Material Science, Masters of Art in Media and Communication, Masters of Art in Special Education, Masters of Arts in Teaching, Masters of Arts in Urban Education, Masters of Music in Music, Masters of Social Work, Masters of Arts in Urban Affairs, Masters of Arts in Urban Education, Masters of Fine Arts in Visual Studies. Will all graduate candidates please stand?
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors, and upon recommendation of graduate faculty, I confer upon you the master's degree with all the honors, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Graduates will now be led forward by their faculty marshal to receive their degrees.
Your name. Thank you. Thomas A. Wallace III. Ian Ofo Aseye. Oscar Ikundi. Marquis Yeshawn Ellington. Marvin Folks. Yelena Arashina. Malik Atiba Gladden. Maria Paulina Ramirez. Anisha J. Ricks. Rasul A. Shabazz. Okay. Savannah Ray Daniels. Michael Judge. Arcelia L. Simmons. Jared Deshawn Sudfin. Mark A. Johnson. Brandon Maurice Tynes. Martia Lakiva Barnett. Jessica Denise Featherston. Nelson Lewis Whitaker. Pamela Laverne Corbett. Danelle C. Perry. Cameron Brent. Thank you. Monet Nakira Johnson. Deborah Katasha Mizell. Dallas L. Wallace III. India Sade White. Khadidra Alexander Holloway. Sherelle Denise Baylor. Taquisha Bell. Autumn Dawn Church. Obina Eze. Corey D. Francis. Hessie Gay Lee. Joshua Joseph Hunter. Jordan Chanel James. Thank you. Hi, congratulations. Renee L. Kirby. Chanel McBee. Ashley L. Ross. And Danielle Janae Stevenson.
At this time, we wish to pause for a moment to acknowledge a member of the NSU family who is no longer with us. Miss Melva V. Watford passed away in May 2021. She had been pursuing her Bachelor of Arts degree in interdisciplinary studies from the College of Liberal Arts. She had completed 119 hours toward her degree. Had the opportunity been for her to enroll this year, she would have completed her degree. The Norfolk State University family takes great pleasure in posthumously recognizing her accomplishments today. At this time, I invite Melva's daughter, Jada Britt, to come forward so that we can present her with a certificate of attendance in honor of her mother. I also ask the other members of Melva's family that are here to stand and be recognized. It is my understanding that Melva's parents are here, along with her sisters and brothers. Thank you for coming today. Melva will always be remembered as an example of the dedicated students that we educate at Norfolk State University. At this time, I would like Dr. Davina Fulton, Provost, to come forward to present the honors degree candidates. Dr. Fulton.
It is my pleasure to announce the academic honors for the December class of 2021. As I call your academic rank, please stand. Summa cum laude, students who have cumulative grade point average ranges from 3.75 to 4.0. Thank you. You may be seated. Magna cum laude. Students whose cumulative grade point averages range from 3.50 to 3.749. Thank you. You may be seated. Cum laude. Students whose cumulative grade point averages range from 3.00 to 3.49. Thank you. You may be seated. Finally, I ask that all graduates of the Robert C. Nussbaum Honors College to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you for your excellence, those who are graduating summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. As we all know, some of us are graduating thank the laude. We love us all. And now I ask the deans to come forward to present candidates for undergraduate and associate degrees. We will begin with Dr. Cassandra Newby Alexander, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts.
Madam President, as the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts, it's my distinct pleasure to present to you the candidates listed on the program who have completed requirements for the baccalaureate degree from the College of Liberal Arts. Candidates, please stand as your degree is called. Bachelor of Arts in Drama and Theater, Bachelor of Arts in English, Bachelor of Arts in Fine Arts and Graphic Design, Bachelor of Arts in History, Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Journalism, Bachelor of Science in Mass Communications, Bachelor of Arts in Music, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Bachelor of Arts in Sociology. Thank you all. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Newby Alexander. Dean Glenn Carrington.
Let's go. Madam President, as the Dean of the School of Business, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the candidates listed on the program with completed requirements for the bachelor degree from the School of Business. Candidates, please stand as I call your degree. Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Business with an emphasis in entrepreneurship, finance, management, marketing, and management information systems. and Bachelor of Science in Tourism and Hospitality Management. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Carrington. Dean Michael Keeve.
Madam President, as Dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the candidates listed on the program who have completed requirements for the associate and baccalaureate degree from the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Candidates, please stand as your degree is called. Bachelor of Science in Biology. Bachelor of Science in Construction Management Engineering Technology. Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering Technology. Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering Technology. Bachelor of Science in Health Services Management. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Bachelor of Science in Optical Engineering. Associates of Science in Architectural Drafting. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Keeve. Dean Donnell Wallace.
Madam President, as Dean of the School of Education, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the candidates listed on the program who have completed requirements for the baccalaureate degree from the School of Education. Candidates, please stand as your degree is called. Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Bachelor of Science, Health, Physical Education, and Exercise Science. And students who are receiving endorsements in early childhood education, elementary education, special education, and secondary education. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dean Wallace. Interim Dean Dolores Dungy Anderson.
Madam President, as the interim dean of the F. R. Strong School of Social Work, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the candidates listed on the program who have completed requirements for the baccalaureate degree from the School of Social Work. Candidates, please stand as your degree is called, and that's Bachelor of Social Work. And now, will all other undergraduate and associate degree candidates please stand? All right, I'll say once more. Will all other undergraduate and associate degree candidates please stand?
By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors, and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you associate and baccalaureate degrees with all the honor, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may now move your tassels from the right side to the left side of your hat. Graduates will now be led forward by the faculty marshals to receive their degrees.
Tracy Allen Barclift. Julian Darnell Exum. Claude Fun Jr. Gorman Norrell Jarrett Jr. Zymir Davis Sowell. Michelle Faye Crosby. Catrell Nicole Logan. Tamia Tonell Green. Nyasia Siobhan Johnson. Amon McLean. Panisha Lavea Richardson. Jayla Jonay Sellers. Shamika Lakita Lewis. Ivana D. Arnold. Philip Amafa Jr. Akira Arlene Carey. Trisha Inez Thomas. Mark Anthony Johnson II. Ronald Anthony Berry. Alexis Desiree Buckingham. Dante Tyrell Lampley. Janita Nicole Langhorn. Julian Newell. Gabriella Brianna Morgan Sanders. Tarsha Lynette Davis. Carly D. Galloway. Maya N. Griffin. Shanita Trinette Harris. Sharika Lachey Harrison. Levine Dantes Smith. Rajay D. Sumler. Miss Jada A. Thomas. Sebastian Xavier Wellens. Jennifer M. Young Wiggins. Rashad McKinley Wiggins. Tamia Renee Boyd. Joshua Seth Toll.
Thank y'all. Love y'all.
Krishana D. Andrews. Jasmine L. Butler. Erica Camilla Shawn Grimstead. Kaylin Haley. Ariane Ramel Hall. Javen Holmes Reed. Timothy Delasco Huff Jr. Lauren Danielle Johnson. Xavier Joseph Damare Keys. LaKayla V. Lawrence. Arviana Adina Williams. Natalie Kyrie Miari Williams. Ramel U. Behringer. Brendan Allen Buchanan, Jr. Travion Ramon Gatling. Victoria Evangeline Gutlins. Xavier Alexander Hendon. Samuel Kamel Estes Prentice, Jr. Rose Brianna Wright. Tiffany Shanice Chantel Buckner. Kyla Michelle Costa. Vania Ashley Fountain. Victoria Ophelia Patillo. Donovan Evanuel Perkins. Nicole Amengashi. Antonique Nashe Bumpers. Deidre Posey Cole. Carmen Dawkins. Kayla Eileen Ford. Tiana Renee Freeman. Edward Chandler Hobson. Tyreka C. Jenkins. Elise Lene Johnson. Imoni Lenice King. Kiara Azalea King. Lorraine Shantae McBride. Zwane Shawan Monique McInnes. Brandon Myrtle. Dionise Lachey Nowlin. Jayla Trayshawn Parham. Diamond Monet Platt. Jada Verdine Marion Hughes. Tammy Arlene Bingley Gadsden.
Jasmine Summerlin. Michaela White. Derek Ajimong Dua. Deanna Brianna Arrington. Jalen Barmer. Charlene Vicky Barnhart. Heaven Kamora Battle. Tavian Olante Blackwell. Shirley Wolterding. Jawan Pooty Carter. Deshaun Dwayne Dixon. Natalie Enriquez. Remy Feltes. Khadijah Farrell. Anthony Malik Fox. Ariane Hardaway. Matthew Keith Hodges. Akia Johnson. Roshana Joseph. Jasmine Alexis Lambert. Branyana Nakaria Ligon. Hilton DeWolf Page. Deja Parker Love. Tyreek Howell. Kayla Slaughter. Marlon E. Stanley, Jr. Okay. Jakira Chantel Thomas. Jakira Chantel Thomas. Jada Totten. Rashay Wood. Danielle Nicole Alexander Blake II. Jade Elisha Baumgartner. Janae Diana Burks. Brandon Lee Drew. Lene Leandra Farabee. Okay. Aaliyah Lynche Freeman. Okay. Serafina Omoya Gajanga. Gianna Marie Locker. Elise Petre. Skylar Monet Purnell. Taylor Renee Scott. Shania Skeffers. Kamore Tinsley. Marquay Malik Williams. Abriana Wong. Rakaya Danae Young. Trevor Josiah Armstrong. Johnny Austin. Kiara Grant. Kevin Johnson. Scott T. Mahoney. Jesse Tawaya Ampa. Dwayne Martin Banks, Jr. Isaiah Elijah Foreman. Brian A. Gibson, Jr. Courtney Trevor Xavier Gray. Avion Tyreek Temple. Brianna Capri Uzzle. Jarvis Ryan Whitehurst. Lionel Christopher Bailey. Tilden Sherrod Morton. Anthony Williams, Jr. Marlon Dennis Prince. Toriano Armel Thomas. Tony Milan Baker. Jade E. Bates. Raquisha Rayshawn Burke. Sydney Gabrielle Character. Bria Dockery.
Destiny Dokes. Imani M. Edwards. Yolanda Christine Everett. Tanisha Isaac. Angelica Brielle Kirk. Jasmine Lynn Knight. Ruth Degwa. Dashiel Person. Terry Tiana Scruggs. Makia Michelle Spicer. Alasia Marche Timson. Lanique Trom Degbovi. Cassidy Landis Faults. Brianna Monet Wallace. India Monet Williams. Cameron Janique Foreman. Keshanta Banks. Brianna S. Gray. Elisha Nija Imani Means. Unique Miller. Joelle Christina Rollins. Deja Janae Raynor. Sade Williams. Amira Monique Young Muse. Kirsten Brianne Daniels. Doreen Hall. Sean Sharita Powell. Dashay Wood. Salma Abdallah. Maxwell Kofi Ampadu. Jade Essence Bissessar. Julia Janae Bobo. Lucia Adejumoke Bowles. Imani Lachey Bright. Patrick Lamar Brown. Troy Kendrick Bryant II. Sky Notori Bynum. Ashley A. Edwards. Dylan Flint. Sheena Denise Harris. Shanice S. Laws. Rebecca McDonald Parson. Arena Renee Miles. Akira Moment. Jasmine Neville Lang. Raquel Tavia Porter. Quamisha Ragland. Terena Kadoria Reed. Joshua Alexander Richards Tyson. Jalil Jamik Rouse. Diamond Shorter. Aaron Justin Smith. William Tyrell Spratley, Jr. Darnell Thomas Strand, Jr. Tawana Thompson. Master Chaz Mose Turntine. Javel Deshae Washington Williams. Catrice S. Wells. Malcolm Tavares Wyndham. Alan R. Jones. Mrs. Brittany McClinton. Yolanda Merlia Myrick. Regine Shanae Walker. Quinchelle Monet Bailey. Brianna Nicole Blow. Zaira Renee Booker. Giselle Broadway. Ramu Davis Johnson. Kiera Jarnay Gray. Kyra Simone Haskins. Michaela Lang. Maya Alexandria Lee. Jamie Liana Manley. Brianna Miller. Mayana J. Palmer. Sierra Jacque Pierce. Rex Justin Reginden. Adelphia Albert Washington, Jr. Marissa Ann Adams. Henry Owusu Ampong. Angelina Hunter Cooper. Anthony Daniels. Gail L. Durant. Takira Lindsay. Dabney Camille McDonald. Caitlin Tanara Mims. Kayla Neely. Katrina Lisa Perry. Tamara Denise Rout. Jasmine Amani Silver. Taylor Akila Small. Chiquita R. Tate. Taylor Watkins.
Congratulations again to the class of 2021. Mr. Antonio Harrison from the class of 1992 and the president of the Norfolk State University Alumni Association will now induct you into the NSU Alumni Association.
Congratulations, class of 2021, on the completion of your degree. You've worked hard and should be proud of your accomplishments. It's my pleasure as president of the National Alumni Association to administer the oath of induction into the National Alumni Association. Please stand and raise your right hand. Repeat after me. In the presence of these worthy sons and daughters of Norfolk State University, as a member of the graduating class, I hereby pledge my love and loyalty to the university. I promise to take my stand with other alumni and to do my part in helping to perpetuate those ideals for which the university stands. To engage actively in the support of its programs, to work diligently toward the improvement of whatever community of which I am a part, and to make my life count for much in the service of humanity. This I will endeavor to do, God being my helper. Congratulations. Behold,
our program is nearing its end. If you have not already done so, please take a moment to complete the survey for this event. We value your feedback. See page 29 of your program booklet for more information regarding our survey. Again, congratulations, class of 2021. We commend you for your hard work and for achieving your academic goals. Use your skills and knowledge to achieve your professional goals and to make a difference in our world. And we hope that you will stay engaged with your university as proud, active alumni. God's blessing on each of you. Be well, be safe. Behold the green and gold. Before concluding today's ceremony, we will be led in the singing of the NSU alma mater by the Norfolk State University Concert Choir. As you may know, the Norfolk State University alma mater was written by Dr. Carl Wheatley Haywood from the class of 1971. Dr. Haywood wrote the alma mater while he was a student here, and I am pleased to announce, and this is really important because not everybody would do this for their alma mater. Dr. Haywood has signed over all royalties and copyrights to the university in perpetuity. That means forever. We know that that is about love and dedication to his alma mater. Dr. Haywood is here with us this morning, and I ask him to stand and be recognized. The words can be found on page 27 of your commencement program. After the alma mater, Bishop Brown will give the closing, and we will process.
I will sing as long as
Now may the Fathership of God Almighty, the Sonship of Jesus, who is the Christ, the fellowship of the Holy Spirit, rest and abide with us now and forevermore. Over every graduate, we declare them to be blessed in the city, blessed in the field. They will be blessed when they go and blessed when they come. Amen.